There was once a familiar face that appeared on countless television dramas, deeply woven into the childhood memories of millions. And yet, at the very peak of her career, she quietly vanished from the spotlight. Welcome to Crime Confidential, where every mystery gets unraveled. Shu Chang was born on December 1st, 1987, in Baishan, China. She was raised by her mother after her parents divorced when she was very young. From that point on, her father was completely absent from her life, to the extent that Shu Chang grew up with virtually no memories of him. Because of this, every major turning point in Shu Chang's early life was shaped by her mother. When Shu was 5 years old, her mother quietly packed up and left their hometown, returning to an old family house in Beijing without telling anyone. With no significant savings or support system, the two of them lived modestly in a small home, but their bond was filled with warmth and love. During those formative years, Shu Chang became accustomed to seeing her mother leave early in the morning and return late at night. The little girl learned to entertain herself, look after her own needs, and often talked to the walls or clutched her dolls to ease the loneliness. Then one day, opportunity came knocking. At a free photo session hosted by a newly opened studio, Shu Chang was brought in and had her first professional childhood portraits taken. Unexpectedly, those very photos caught the eye of a director's assistant, and that moment opened the door to her artistic journey. What seemed like a simple photo shoot ended up changing Shu Chang's life. The studio owner was impressed by her charm and decided to display her pictures at the entrance. A director's assistant happened to walk by, saw the photos, and was instantly intrigued. Shu Chang was invited to audition and was cast as the childhood version of a main character. That debut marked the beginning of her talent being recognized. From then on, Shu Chang's artistic gifts began to shine. At age 7, she won the bronze prize at the Chinese-Japanese Kids Voice Competition with her performance of the song Goodbye. Shu Chang also took her education seriously. She was consistently ranked as one of the top students in Beijing every year. At the same time, she made continuous progress in acting, singing, hosting, and academics. Her dedication and maturity set her apart, so much so that adults often forgot she was just a child. She carried herself with a sense of responsibility far beyond her years. A television director for the drama Single Household noticed this and offered her the role of La Jiao Xiao. This role wasn't just an acting challenge. It touched something deeply personal in Shu Chang. La Jiao Xiao was a child from a single-parent household, a situation that resonated deeply with her own life. That emotional connection made Shu Chang even more committed to the role, but it also left her more troubled when the cameras stopped rolling. Shortly after filming wrapped, her mother fell seriously ill. Although her mother tried to hide it, Shu Chang sensed something was wrong. Still very young at the time, all she could do was follow the adults' instructions and quietly pray for her mother's recovery. Amid quiet worries and silent grief, a major turning point arrived. In 1997, at just 10 years old, Shu Chang gained national attention for her role as La Jiao Xiao in the TV drama Single Household. The series was a hit, warmly embraced by audiences, and it launched Shu Chang into stardom as a child actress. That same year, her debut album Have a Love to Home sold over 100,000 copies, marking the beginning of a dazzling career. No one could have predicted that at the height of Shu Chang's success, she would face the greatest loss of her life, the passing of her beloved mother. Although her mother had often been away working to support them, the quiet strength of their family bond had always been an irreplaceable anchor for Shu Chang. Fortunately, Shu Chang's aunt couldn't bear to see her niece face such sorrow alone. After arranging the funeral for her sister, she took Shu Chang in and raised her as her own daughter. Thanks to that love and care, Shu gradually found her footing again, regaining both her emotional stability and physical well-being. It was this warmth and protection that carried Shu Chang through those difficult times. Her aunt and uncle looked after everything with great care, while her 10-year-old cousin stayed close by, making sure she never felt alone. Surrounded by affection, Shu Chang slowly overcame the pain of losing her mother, continued to excel in school, and remained active in her artistic pursuits. Just as Shu Chang began adapting to her new life, Fate dealt her another blow. Before she could complete elementary school, her aunt's family had to emigrate overseas and, heartbreakingly, couldn't bring her along. With no other option, they arranged for Shu Chang to live with another uncle's family. It was then that Shu Chang realized she was merely a guest in the homes of others, constantly depending on the goodwill of those around her. The sense of abandonment deepened her resentment toward her father. Had he not walked away, perhaps she wouldn't have had to endure such a string of painful separations. Carrying those conflicting emotions, Shu Chang moved into her uncle's household. She became more reserved, always striving to be polite and considerate in everything she did. Fortunately, her uncle's family treated her kindly and made sure she never felt out of place. In fact, they even delayed having children of their own to focus on taking care of her. Soon after, Shu Chang entered secondary school. Because the school was far from home, her guardians took turns picking her up and dropping her off every day, fearing for her safety. Deeply moved by their concern, Shu remained determined to succeed, continuing to study hard while actively pursuing her artistic career. Her sense of self-discipline and gratitude became the driving forces that kept her going. She consistently ranked first in all 3 major academic exams and used her scholarship funds along with earnings from her entertainment work to support herself, easing the burden on her uncle's family. Then came another milestone. In 2002, at age 15, Shu Chang decided it was time to break away from her child star image. She accepted her first mature role in the historical drama Xiaozhuang epic, portraying Consort Dongo. In the series, Consort Dongo's life is filled with drama and glory, turmoil, love, and the heartbreak of losing a child. She died young, at the age of 22. Although Shu Chang hadn't experienced such events herself, her intelligence paired with the guidance of the director helped her bring depth and nuance to the role. 8 months later, Xiaozhuang epic became a television sensation. Thanks to her performance as Consort Dongo, Shu Chang attracted widespread media attention and won the Outstanding Newcomer Award at the 3rd China Golden Eagle TV Art Festival. The following year, she appeared in a series of period dramas set during the era of the People's Republic of China. From the romantic saga The Story of a Noble Family to the martial arts epic Demigods and Semidevils, Shu Chang demonstrated her determination to take on a variety of roles and continuously challenge herself. That same year, Demigods and Semidevils officially aired. In the series, Shu Chang shed her gentle, familiar image to portray Tianshan Tonglao, a ruthless, sinister character who left a lasting impression on audiences. What made the role stand out was the psychological complexity and tragic backstory of the character. Tianshan Tonglao was a woman consumed by obsessive love, which over time morphed into hatred. Due to a mysterious circumstance, her body remained trapped in the form of a child, which twisted her personality into one of tyranny and madness. She lived in isolation until the age of 90, only to realize she had blamed the wrong person all along, and passed away in bitter regret. To bring such a bizarre and emotionally layered character to life, Shu Chang had to overcome tremendous challenges. At just 15 years old, she was cast to play a woman in her 90s, a rarity even in today's film industry. Many doubted whether someone so young could handle such a demanding role. But Shu Chang was never one to give up easily. From the moment she received the script, she threw herself into the character, undeterred by the difficulty or physical toll. With no advanced technology available at the time to age her appearance, the production team used a special adhesive to create deep wrinkles by stretching her facial skin. The process was so painful it tore her skin, but Shu Chang endured it all to complete the role. Thanks to her dedication, even though Tianshan Tonglao only appeared in 3 episodes, the character left a powerful and lasting impact on viewers. The success of Tianshan Tonglao made Shu Chang a household name, but she didn't want to be boxed in by a single role. As soon as the series aired, she proactively registered for the new elite competition, a move that would become a turning point in her artistic journey. Her standout performance in the contest quickly caught the attention of film producers. When A Deadly Secret was in pre-production, they immediately cast Shu Chang as the female lead. It was her first time being offered a lead role from the beginning, and she wasn't about to let the opportunity slip away. At the time, Shu Chang was filming with a production crew on a snow-covered mountain. It had gotten too late, and they missed the last cable car down. Even if they had made it, descending the mountain in the dark would have been extremely dangerous, so the entire crew had no choice but to stay overnight at a rest point on the mountain. While resting, Shu Chang overheard a local staff member telling the production team that if they wanted to take the cable car down in this weather, they would need to sign a liability waiver. Alarmed, Shu Chang approached the team supervisor for clarification, but was told to keep quiet and not share the information with the rest of the crew. Realizing the seriousness of the situation, Shu Chang quietly sent a text to her close cousin. In it, she wrote that if anything were to happen, her family had always meant the world to her, and if there were such a thing as a next life, she would still want to be born into the same family. Fortunately, nothing went wrong, and Shu Chang made it down the mountain safely. That experience made her cherish the chance to pursue a career in the arts even more. Shu Chang continued to take on new acting roles, and by her second year of secondary school, her passion for performance had grown so strong that she boldly applied for early college admission. She was easily accepted into the Central Academy of Drama, a dream school for many aspiring artists. However, after passing the entrance exam, Shu Chang made a surprising decision. She chose not to enroll and instead switched to a foreign language university that had no connection to acting. This decision was influenced by her family's traditional academic values. She didn't want to risk putting all her hopes into an acting career, knowing that if one day the roles stopped coming, she could face unemployment. Instead, Shu Chang decided to study foreign languages as a foundation for future opportunities abroad. Still, from another perspective, turning down the Central Academy of Drama meant giving up a professional training environment and a powerful network within the entertainment industry. This choice later posed many obstacles to her acting career. It also put more pressure on her, as she had to prepare for exams in an entirely different academic setting than her peers in the industry. It was during this intense period that Shu Chang encountered another major challenge. In her final year of high school, she was cast as the female lead in Prelude of Lotus Lantern while also preparing for graduation exams. Not wanting to give up either, Shu pushed herself to film and study at the same time, enduring immense physical and emotional stress. The grueling schedule forced her to make use of every spare minute. After each day of filming, she would review study materials on her phone. Despite her efforts, the pressure often kept her awake at night. On some nights, all she could do was cry into her pillow and tell herself to stay strong. In the end, her perseverance paid off. She was accepted into Beijing International Studies University. Her academic success was matched by a major breakthrough in her career. In 2005, Prelude of Lotus Lantern aired on national television and quickly became a standout hit. Shu Chang's role as Vulpecula, innocent, sweet, and endearing, won the hearts of viewers. Not yet 20 years old, she had already established a signature role in her career and continued to receive unwavering support from her aunt, uncle, and cousin. Despite this, Shu Chang still carried a deep sense of pain when it came to her father, the man who had abandoned her as a child. Not long after she became famous, he suddenly reappeared, bringing gifts and occasionally visiting her. But for Shu Chang, the old wounds had never healed. Each time they met, she wanted to ask, "Why didn't you come when Mom and I were struggling? Why only now, after I became successful?" To her, understanding his reasons no longer mattered. Shu Chang didn't want to forgive, nor did she wish to learn more. Deep down, she had always believed he came back only because of her fame and the benefits that came with it. Although kind by nature, she held the strongest resistance toward the one person who shared her blood. Shu Chang's resistance became painful when her father traveled all the way to celebrate her birthday. She scrutinized his every move, refused to eat the traditional longevity noodles, and demanded $2,800, using the excuse that she had just been admitted to college. She didn't really need the money. She just wanted him to feel a fraction of the pain she had endured. Surprisingly, he agreed without hesitation, saying that he would ask his friends in Beijing to transfer the money. After receiving the money, Shu Chang's first reaction was to spend it all as quickly as possible. She booked a photo shoot at the most expensive photo studio she could find. But when everything was done, she realized how empty it was. Looking back, she rarely even wanted to look at those photos. The feeling after that extravagance made Shu Chang start to stay away from anything that reminded her of her father. It was only later that she accidentally learned that the $2,800 she asked for was his entire savings after 2 years of work. The truth left her speechless. All those years, her father had silently granted her requests without ever saying a word, and it was at that moment that Shu Chang finally realized the invisible wounds she had left in their broken relationship. After calming down, Shu Chang wrote a letter to her father. In it, she admitted that throughout her childhood, he had been both a haunting memory and a source of unresolved pain, someone she had tried to forget, but never really could. She confessed that she had harbored resentment, even a desire for revenge, for the scars he had left. But as she grew older, those feelings had become a burden. His return made her realize that she no longer needed to hold on to her anger. For the first time, Shu Chang wanted to call him Dad with a peaceful heart. She told him that she was truly happy now and hoped that he and his new wife were also living in peace. She asked him to take care of his health and drink less. If he had the chance, she hoped he would come visit her in Beijing so that they could finally end the conversation that life had left unfinished. Every word in that letter came from the bottom of Shu Chang's heart, a sincere attempt at reconciliation. But when she finished writing it, she couldn't bring herself to send it. Instead, she quietly put it away. She continued to write many more letters, but none of them reached him. However, putting her feelings into words helped her to lighten the emotional burden she had been carrying for so long. In 2006, at the age of 19, Shu Chang appeared on the interview program Super Interview, where she spoke publicly about her father for the first time. The producers read one of her unsent letters aloud to him. As he tearfully expressed his regret, Shu Chang could not contain her emotions and burst into tears. At that moment, she let go of her resentment. She promised to be a filial daughter and hoped that everyone, including her father, could live in peace and happiness. In 2008, the drama Magic mobile phone was broadcast on CCTV 8 and quickly broke the nationwide viewership record. Thanks to her role as an innocent but kind and courageous young girl, Shu Chang captured the hearts of audiences across the country and became widely popular. However, just a few years later, the entertainment industry began to change dramatically. In 2011, the Palace series became a huge hit upon its release, with Yang Mi bringing a new wave of popularity thanks to her modern beauty and charismatic screen presence. From that point on, public interest went beyond just acting skills, with celebrities' personal lives becoming a fair target. Gossip and tabloid reporting on the private lives of celebrities began to become a staple of media consumption. Against that backdrop, a closer look at Shu Chang's journey reveals that her circumstances weren't just personal challenges. Turning down an offer from the Central Academy of Drama meant losing access to a valuable professional network within the industry. On top of that, her career was managed by her aunt and cousin, both of whom lacked the experience and strategic direction needed in an increasingly competitive entertainment landscape. As a result, Shu Chang struggled to build a stable and sustainable path in show business. Even so, she gave it her all to stay committed to acting. On the very night she received the script for Palace 2, Shu Chang stayed up late to read the entire storyline and wrote a detailed 2,000-word character profile, which she sent to the assistant director. Shortly after, that same director revealed in an interview that although the role had many contenders, Shu Chang was the only actress who had truly impressed him in over 15 years of experience. Despite only playing a supporting role, she poured her heart and soul into the project. In 2012, Palace 2 officially aired, with Shu Chang playing a pair of twin sisters, one strong-willed and arrogant, the other gentle and seductive. Though not her first time taking on a dual role, the stark contrast between the characters allowed her to fully showcase both icy detachment and heartfelt passion. However, the series failed to replicate the success of its predecessor. In fact, it became one of the most dropped shows of the year. From that point on, Shu Chang began to realize that no matter how much heart she put into her performances, all she seemed to receive in return were criticisms and harsh reviews. As a result, between 2012 and 2015, Shu Chang appeared in only 4 projects: Bounty Hunter, Magic Mobile Phone 2, Legend of Fragrance, and Beauties at the Crossfire. Although 2 of them reached the top of television ratings, none left a lasting impression on audiences. In 2015, Shu Chang decided to pause her career and study abroad. That year, she spent several joyful months reunited with her family in the United States, while also fulfilling her dream of studying overseas and traveling, enjoying a period of freedom and personal renewal. It was during this peaceful time that Shu Chang was finally able to release much of the emotional tension she had carried for years. She realized she didn't need fame or fortune at all costs. What she truly wanted was to work sincerely and deliver quality performances to her audience. With that renewed mindset, she returned to the entertainment industry in 2016. That year, she took on multiple television projects, showing no concern over whether the roles were leading or supporting. Yet despite her dedication and professionalism, it became increasingly clear that her skills and experience alone weren't enough to keep up with the fast-paced demands of the modern market. The most telling examples came from 2 popular dramas, Noble Aspirations and The Glory of Tang Dynasty, in which Shu Chang was cast in forgettable supporting roles that drew little attention. Even when she landed a lead role in Peace in Palace, Peace in Chang'an, the production was repeatedly delayed, and the series has yet to air officially. Shifting away from television dramas, Shu Chang began actively participating in reality shows in 2018. On Birth of an Actor, she stunned judges and audiences alike by delivering a compelling performance after reading the script only once. On Women Have Something to Say, she opened up about her personal life with honesty and ease. By 2019, she continued spreading positivity through her Weibo posts, sharing food experiences, scenic views, books, and movie recommendations. However, in 2020, Shu Chang caught public attention again, this time for being spotted having dinner with a man. Rumors of a romantic relationship spread quickly, though she only denied claims of a secret marriage or child. It wasn't until 2024 that she truly reappeared in the public eye, this time as a live stream sales host. Despite receiving mixed reactions, she maintained a calm, gentle, and friendly demeanor. That natural and approachable energy quickly earned her a loyal fan base. Just a few months later, Shu Chang rose to the top of the livestream charts, turning her channel into one of the most watched broadcast rooms on the platform. Since then, admirers have praised Shu Chang for her professionalism. Even after 10 hours of live streaming, she remained composed and engaging. Still, some critics argue that she had lost the sincere and down-to-earth charm that once endeared her to the public. In response to the debate, Shu Chang stayed calm and unbothered. She paid little attention to praise or criticism and never let flattery cloud her sense of self. Outside of work, she lived on her own terms, doing what felt right and brought her peace. And so, after more than 30 years of ups and downs, Shu Chang's journey has come full circle, as a woman strong enough to forgive, calm enough to move forward, and brave enough to live authentically. What are your thoughts on her story? Leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss our next story.